So, to follow up on my Cyberpunk video from yesterday, I got a lot of comments. People were telling me their complaints. Now, the big one is performance. I don't know what to tell you. It performs kind of shitty. It's very slow, and it takes a while to catch up. But it's not game breaking. It's not like whenever it happens, it crashes. Like, it doesn't... It's not like if you get into the bad graphics, it's going to corrupt your fucking save and you're going to have to start over again. It doesn't work like that. So, I get that it's annoying. It's very obnoxious. But you deal with it. Like, you're going to have problems with shit sometimes. It's a massive and very detailed, high graphic fucking game. It's not designed for play on Xbox or PlayStation, but it will play on Xbox and PlayStation. From what I understand, I had somebody saying, I'm playing it on PlayStation. Fucking great. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But it works well enough. And another complaint I heard is that there were things in the trailers that aren't in the game. This is a lie. It's a flat out, bold face fucking lie. I just watched 40 minutes of trailers. Trailers from 2012 to 2020 in chronological order. Now, I will say this. In the beginning, the first 2 or 3 trailers were pretty much cinematic. Like, it was all just cutscene. And I gotta tell you, for 8 years ago, it was pretty fucking close to what they wound up having. 90% of the characters look identical 8 years later. And the scene that plays out, pretty much what happens in the game. And every single solitary trailer afterwards, except one, which was another cinematic trailer, just designed to show cinematic shit, every single one of them uses straight game footage. I'm shitting you not. If you're watching a fucking Cyberpunk trailer and you're thinking to yourself, that scene's not in the game, it is. Because I've seen it. I was kind of surprised, but 95% of the scenes that were in the fucking trailers, I've played in the game. Pretty much the interview shows, like the close-up shots of the interview shows, that I'm like, I haven't seen that. That's it. Everything else is game footage. All of it. Every bit of it. So if you're telling me that there's shit going on in the trailers that you can't do in the game, you're fucking lying, or you haven't gotten there yet. Yes, even riding the roller coaster. I told you guys yesterday, I rode a roller coaster with Keanu Reeves. He sat right next to me. We rode the roller coaster. Yeah, it's in the game. It's there. It's all there. Those of you bitching about not having flying cars, first of all, that better be a joke. Like, I get it. When 2020 came around, I said, now we're going to get flying cars. 20 years later, still no flying cars. I think it's bullshit. In 2077, we should have flying fucking cars. But I don't think we're going to have 20 fucking flying cars even in real 2077. I don't think it's going to happen. So, what? But there, nowhere. No. Where did you even get that? Where did you get the idea? You saw flying cars and you were like, oh, I'm going to be able to have a flying car? Okay. No. Like, there was nothing leading you to believe you were going to be able to fly from one place or another. There was no scenes of your character getting into a vehicle and taking off. That never fucking happened. And flying cars in the game are corporate shit pretty much only. I've seen one that wasn't a corporation vehicle, and it's a Delmain fucking car. The taxi cab company. So no, you don't get a flying car. There aren't scenes anywhere, or anything, anywhere that I've watched 40 minutes of trailers. There was never a fucking scene from Coruscant where there was flying cars with traffic lanes and shit. No! Where did you get the idea you were going to get a flying car? That's your fault. I don't see that anywhere. Somebody, and I swear to God, this one about made me fucking freak out. Somebody complained, yeah, there's all these NPCs just wandering around everywhere. It's a role-playing game. If you go back to Final Fantasy 1, there's NPCs just randomly roaming around for no fucking reason. You must hate Grand Theft Auto. All those NPCs wandering around for no fucking reason. Holy shit, Assassin's Creed must make you fucking batty. Because there's shit tons of NPCs just wandering around in that game. Holy shit, there's market streets where it's wall-to-wall people. All doing nothing. Just scenery. You know, to make it feel like there's people in the world other than you. Again, that's got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke. I don't know. Because that's a stupid fucking complaint. And yes, I found out that if you get a refund, you don't get to play the game anymore. Good. I'm glad about that. And you want to know why I'm glad about that? Because there's a lot of people that are actually pissed about that. They're pissed that they bought a game, decided to jump on a bullshit hate bandwagon for no fucking reason, and they wanted their money back. Okay, well, you get your money back. Fuck you, you don't get the game. But I still want to play the game. Well, if the game's good enough to play, buy it. If you'd like a discount, I'm sure in another year it'll be half price, maybe $40, something like that. And it'll probably be working a hell of a lot better by then. So, you know, I don't know, maybe you buy it when it's on sale. But fuck you, you don't get it for free. Suck a dick, son. No. Oh, that made me so happy to find out that not only are they taking away people's games when they give them back their money, but that people are pissed about it. Well, good. Fuck you. Next time, don't be a bitch. Play the fucking game. Figure it out, cunt. Other complaint was that this is supposed to be like a big fight against the SJWs thing. Or that there was supposed to be no politics in it whatsoever. But it's big anti-corporation, anti-capitalism, anarchy fucking game. And my response to that is, oh, so this is your first time ever experiencing Cyberpunk. Okay, but that's not the game's fault. It's your fault. You don't understand what you're playing. That's like playing a steampunk game and going, man, I don't know. I just don't like it because of all these gears and all this clockwork. Yeah, it's steampunk, dumb fuck. Fighting corporations and all about anarchy and anti-capitalism. That's cyberpunk. That's the fucking world. Every single solitary fucking cyberpunk everything is always anti-capitalist and anti-corporation. You want to know why? Because the corporations run unfucking fettered. There is usually no government. They do whatever the fuck they want. That's why in the game, in Cyberpunk, real water is $90 or $50 or whatever the fuck it is because the corporations go, that's our price. Fuck you if you can't pay it. We don't care. There are people who can. It's unfettered capitalism. It's the most awful capitalism you can have, where the corporations run everything. Look at Google. We're heading towards a cyberpunk future, you dumb fucks. Johnny Mnemonic. Cyberpunk. Against big corporation. Shadowrun. Cyberpunk. Against big corporation. The list goes... The Matrix. Cyberpunk. You can consider the robots to be like big corporation. Lifeless, soulless, they suck everything dry. In the Matrix, it's quite literally. They're sucking the energy out of human beings. What? So whoever made the argument, I don't like the Cyberpunk game because it's all so cyberpunk, you're fucking retarded. Not like really retarded. Well, I don't know. You might actually be like really retarded. You might need to go and get checked. I don't get it. I made a video talking about how I don't get all of the drama around Cyberpunk. I understand that there are fucking issues with the game. It's buggy, it's slow, it's massive, and it's a fucking hugely detailed, high graphic fucking game. And you're running it on a shitty computer. You know what it was like to be me through the ages of, I don't know, 12 and 16. You know what it's like to be me. Always running it on a computer that can't fucking hack it. Because that's just what I had to deal with. I thought the old days of gaming were over. And they're not. They're just different now. The new old days of gaming are games that used to work when you played them. Now you gotta wait a couple of months. I remember when I played Skyrim the first time. Holy shit. My first backwards flying dragon and I was out, son. And then I came back 2 years later because I heard the game was fixed. And it was great. I put 300 fucking plus hours into that game. And I bought 2 different copies of it because I wanted to play it again on my new Xbox. Works fine. I mean, it's fucking Skyrim. You know what I mean? Like, it's still fucking Skyrim. But, like, this ain't fucking Skyrim. Dude, these are some wrinkles. Comparatively, this is hardly bugs. Did you motherfuckers not play No Man's Sky? Holy shit, you want to talk about bugs? And you want to talk about a game that has gone light years in a very short amount of time? I can't wait to see where they go with Cyberpunk. Provided they decide they want to fucking bother after the horse shit they've gone through because of you dumb motherfuckers. I didn't get what I just randomly fucking thought I'd be able to do. Well, because you just randomly thought you'd be able to do it. If you want to do random shit you think you might be able to do because you see it in a fucking trailer, you should be a fucking programmer. And last, but not least, my favorite complaint that I heard was that it's not really an open world game. It was advertised as an open world. It's not really an open world. It's kind of like a hub world. First of all, what in the fuck does that even mean? Like, I've played hub world games. I know what a hub world game is. Like, Silent Hill 4 or 5, whatever the fuck it was. The Room. I watched Dennis play that game. That was a hub world game. You were in a room. It was your apartment, right? And you could freely roam around your apartment as much as you wanted. And you had to look for a way out. There's giant fucking chains on the door. But you'd find a big fucking hole in the wall You crawl through a hole in the wall, and all of a sudden you're out in the open world. But the open world was extremely fucking linear. And you pretty much had to follow the path to go from point A to point B. But there was a really wide path, and you could meander around it as much as you wanted. That's a hub world game, right? The Jedi, the new Jedi game, that game is a hub world game. You pretty much have the ship. That's your home base. That's where you go after every fucking mission. And then you pick a planet and go, I'm going to go to this planet and do this mission. You go to that planet, and you go to the really, really long, really, really wide, very, very linear fucking path straight through it and all around and up and turned over and up and through, while you're unlocking ways to make it faster, so you just straight shot right through it. You don't have to meander and snake path through the fucking thing. That's a hub world. You go through a stage that's giant and fucking huge, and then you go back to your hub. Where the fuck is your hub in this game? Bitch, I've played this game for 5 hours straight, never once went to my fucking apartment. Where the fuck is your hub? What's your hub? What are you hubbing? Where's your hub in this game? And it's not open world. What the fuck is open world to you? Does it have to be on the level of No Man's Sky for you to consider it open world? Well, you gotta see what's happening in Cyberpunk 2077 Marrakesh? What the fuck? You wanna get beyond the trash? You wanna know what there is? Past the Badlands and the deserts and the dunes and the trash? Deserts, dunes, more trash. Night City is the fucking world. And the whole of Night City is open to you. Are you pissed because you can't go into every fucking room in every building? You really need to go to apartment 582 and random building 6 over there? To find what? So I don't understand what it is you mean by it's not open world. Again, I think you might be retarded. You need to get checked. Because what is open world to you? It's the same amount of open world as Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed. Like, maybe it's not as ridiculous as, like, Black Flag, where you're fucking sailing a boat all around the goddamn Caribbean. But it's a city that I checked today, because I decided I wanted to, that is 7 kilometers long, top to bottom. It's about 7 kilometers long, and maybe 5 to 6 kilometers wide. You know, in-game kilometers. That's pretty fucking big, and it's a whole lot of shit. There's a whole lot of shit. I've put over 100 hours in this game, and every day I'm seeing and finding new shit. So, what did they lie about? Because they said it would work on the consoles? Did they say it would work on the consoles, or just did they market it for the consoles? Does marketing for the consoles mean that when the game comes out, it should work properly? Because again, I can think of a fuck ton more people and groups and companies that are shitheads about that than CD Projekt Red. They released Game of the Year. I'm sorry. They put out Game of the fucking Year in December. It beats every fucking game that has come out the entirety of this goddamn year. It was worth the fucking wait. And I don't care what comes out next year. I don't think I'm going to get a game that I'm going to think is better than this game that comes out next year. So if you wanted to overlap it and say it's Game of the Year 2021, it could do it. Shit, it could probably be Game of the Year until 2020 fucking 4 if you want to push it. As far as I'm concerned, it's the new standard to open world role-playing games that I want to play. If it's not as good as this, I don't want to fucking bother with, I don't want to waste my time. It raised the bar for me. And if you're upset because you don't have a flying fucking car, you sound like all the people that were bitching about there's no butterflies in No Man's Sky. You sounded like an idiot. There's nothing in 40 minutes worth of trailers that led me to believe I was going to be able to fly in a car. Nothing. There wasn't one scene of anybody flying in a car that I could go, wow, that looks like the player flying in a car. All manner of cutscenes with cars landing, cars taking off, cars flying, but never with you controlling it. What the fuck made you think you were going to have a flying fucking car? So, okay, I reached out, I asked, what exactly is the drama with CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077, and you guys told me it performs shitty, and that's literally what I got from it. That was your response. It performs like shit. Yeah, I gotta concede that it performs like shit. But they're working on it. Like every fucking game that comes out these days. And retarded gibberish. That's all I heard from you. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe sit down and actually play the game and try to not be a douche. And perhaps you'll enjoy it. But it just feels to me a whole lot like a whole lot of people were really happy it was going to come out and really excited for it, and a whole lot of people decided they just wanted to not like the thing that everybody else likes and wanted to be dicks about it. And now you're fucking with a company that's producing the game that I happen to really fucking enjoy, and I think you assholes need to stop, because fuck you. And I'm glad that you're getting your money back, and I'm glad you don't get to fucking play the game. And honestly, I wish that fucking Microsoft and Sony would decide to say, look, you didn't want to play it. You don't get to play it. And then you don't get to play it. They actually block out access to the game on your personal fucking system, and you have to buy an entirely new fucking system and sign up with an entirely new email, and an entirely new fucking credit card, and an entirely new identity to even fucking play the game. Fuck you, you pieces of shit. Every fucking one of you that thought, oh, I could just get this game for free. Fuck off. It is through the money with which we pay these people that we get to enjoy this kind of shit. That's how capitalism really works. And when you fucking retards just decide to shit all over it for fun, I don't get to enjoy fun stuff. And that's why I'm so angry with all of you idiots. Stop being stupid. Seriously. Stop being stupid. What in the fuck? You get a flying car. Yeah, I'm still pissed that I don't have a flying car right now. But you know what? You go, well, I guess I don't get a flying car. And you play the fucking game. 50 fucking cars isn't enough for you to pick from? 50 fucking cars and motorcycles in it. I mean, there's a wide range from sweet fucking ass futuristic race cars to literally your grandma's fucking grocery getter. Like, there's a grocery getter car. I've got a shitty little shit heap car. I got a little teeny micro car that only has 2 seats. I also have a gold car with 6 wheels. Like, what more the fuck it's gotta fucking fly? If you want to play with a flying car, I've got just the game for you. Final Fantasy 15. Play with your flying car. No, it's a blast. You can take off from the road, but only certain roads, and you need to have a really good stretch of road to get up there, right? So you take off, and the car's flying, and you fly all around the map anywhere you want to go, as long as you have gas. And you just gas like a motherfucker, so watch yourself. You fly around, and then when you want to land, you have to find a road again. A road long enough and straight enough that you can land on it. Because if the road turns, you crash and die. If you don't come in good, and you ditch that fucking car and you die. I got the flying car. I worked really hard for the flying car. I was so happy I finally got my flying car. It took me forever to find a stretch of road that I could take off on, but I finally did. Took off, flying. This is great. And I'm like, all right, time to land. I'm like, I want to go here, and I want to do stuff, I want to do shit here. I want to land here. And it took me about a half an hour to try and find just somewhere where I could land. And when I did land, it ditched, and it killed my team. And I went, this is fucking stupid. I hate the flying car. So, I don't know. I don't know what you want. But I thought flying cars in games with cities and shit, I thought it sucked. Because there's like only certain fucking places you can land them, only certain places you can take off. Like, are you gonna get one of the cool hover cars that fucking lands and takes off like that, or are you gonna get a flying car? You're gonna need fucking runway. That could be rough. Fucking flying cars and fucking stupid shit. I've never had a flying car in a video game that was fun. Like, I'll admit, like, there are a lot of flying games, but whenever it's alright, you got a car now in this landlocked game, that now this car will fly. Like, in Grand Theft Auto, the flying bike sucks dick. I hate that fucking thing. Never use it, because it's a piece of shit. Flying cars always suck, and you're complaining that you don't have something that 9 out of 10 is going to wind up shitty. Oh, great. Like, dude, whatever. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Jesus fucking Christ. Get the game. It's so much fucking fun. Don't listen to all the people who are telling you the game is for shit. It runs slow. It's buggy. Like every other game that comes out. It's really no different than that. Except it's more playable than a lot of them. So, get the fucking game if you want to play the game. It's a fun-ass fucking game, man. I cannot tell you enough. I cannot highly recommend this shit enough. Cyberpunk 2077 is an amazing fucking game. It's a great fucking experience. And to the guy that said that there was no depth to the storyline, get checked.